Now you already studied the application protocols such as HTTP, FTP protocols. Now you are learning one more protocol called as SMTP. SMTP means Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. The last protocols whichever you studied is a little bit different from the SMTP. The HTTP and FTP servers actually waiting for the client to some request so that it will give the some service. But here in SMTP, it's not waiting for the client. Whenever the request is sent by this client, it just accept it. What is the use of SMTP here? SMTP is used for sending and receiving some email messages between two computers on a network. If you want to send emails, we are using a protocol called as SMTP. In today, this email transfer is one of the very popular service, and most of the officers doing their message transfer by using the emails. Still we have so many other technologies for message transfer, but email is the best authentic method for message transfer. In SMTP, we are having a server and a mailboxes, a concept called as server and mailboxes. SMTP server contains a location or a storage space for each users. That is called as mailboxes. Whenever a user sends some mails, it is stored in the mailboxes of the users. To use the mailboxes, the user has to create an email. The email format should be like this way: the username and @ you have to use the symbol called as @, then you have to write the domain name. Okay, here is one example here. ABC is the username, and whatever you return after the @ symbol, that is itt.com, is the domain name. Domain name is actually the mail server name, where actually the mails are stored. In that mail server, we are having a mailbox called as ABC. There the space is provided, storage space is provided for this ABC. Any mail sent to this email is stored in the domain called as itt.com in the Dropbox, or in the mailbox ABC. Now, if the user want to send some message or receive some message or do some other access resources in the email, first he has to log in. So he has to provide the username, what is login name, as well as password. If the username and passwords, the login name, the email name and the passwords are matched in the server for the validity, whether the particular email is available or the password is correct, will be checked in the server. Then only we can access the mail. All such concept will be controlled by or conducted by a protocol called as SMTP. Whenever you need to send some mails to the email server, we are using a protocol called as SMTP. In SMTP server, as I told, it is already creating a different mailboxes in the SMTP server. the server, the network server on which the SMTP is actually installed and configured is called as SMTP servers. The server may contains multiple mailboxes. Each mailbox has its own unique name. For example, some of the mailboxes in itt.com domain, such as ABC1, ABC2, ABC3, these are different user names. Separate mailboxes are there in the domain called as itt.com. All these emails are unique throughout the world. For example, abc1@itt.com is one email. Another email is a different one, abc2@itt.com. Like that, a unique email is created by using a domain name and the email username. Now, we will study how actually the SMTP protocol works here. If the client wants to send some email to the another person, first he has to compose that email. For that one, he is using some of the mail client tool like Outlook or some other tools. Nowadays, web client is also available. Some of the emails also provide, web application also provide email composition application such as Gmail, where he has to write one email, he has to attach messages, he has to add the destination email address in that message, and from he has to send that message to the mail server. For that one, he is using a protocol called as SMTP. These SMTP protocols send the mail from the client to the mail server of the domain which is belonging to this client. This client is actually belonging to a domain called as xyz.com. It will send that email to the same server of the client. In that server, first it will extract the mailbox and extract the domain name. It identifies, it is using the domain name, it identifies the mail is sent to which server, email server. Once it will identify, it will send that mail to the destination mail server by using a protocol called as SMTP. Once it is received by the destination domain, the destination domain, it just read the mail and extract the mailbox, that is first part of the mailbox, and searching for the mailbox in the server. If that mailbox is available in the server, it will send an positive acknowledgement to the server. Then client can understand that the mail is delivered. If there is no a mailbox available in the destination server, it will send one negative acknowledgement to the client. The mail is not available in the destination computer here. So once it received here, if the mailbox is available, the mail is actually stored in the proper mailbox. As I told, every user in this server has their own mailboxes. This mail is stored in that mailbox which is provided by the mailbox here, this part. Mail server is actually the mailbox of this machine. So it will send only mailbox to that particular mailbox. The destination computer or this receiver cannot use a protocol called as SMTP to just receive that mail from the server. For that one, he is using some other protocols like POP, Post Office Protocol, or IMAP, Internet Message Access Protocol, like that one. The reason is SMTP protocol is designed to transfer the mail from the client to the server or server to the server. The delivery of mail will be done to the server. If the SMTP protocol has to deliver that message from the server to the client has to do lots of configuration. To overcome such problems, we are using some other protocols like POP and IMAP. Now, in last, I explained about to send some emails, we are using some client software. Some of the client softwares are Outlook Express, Microsoft Outlook, Netscape Mail, Adora Lite, etc. Nowadays, we can compose as well as receive some of the mails directly using web browsers like Gmail. So, SMTP is a protocol that can send the emails only at the SMTP server on the destination domain from client to server. Its work is sending the email from client to server, not from server to client. Okay, to receive the email from the server, we are using some other protocols which will be learned in next protocol.